17 now. Here's a 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Rich. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Cook will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive.
Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
And remember, when he came out of college, he left early. So a lot of people weren't really paying attention to this young man, but he was entrusted with a leadership role early in his NFL career and didn't shy away from it. His goal, continue to prove that there should have been one more quarterback that went in the 1st round of the 2021 draft.
On play action, Mills.
Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Mills now. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Mills from the gun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. 25 yards that time.
It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Vikings.
Cook up the gut. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Rich.
He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. Down inside the 10.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Jalen Reagor.
38 yards.
And the Vikings are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And the drive was polished off on the touchdown catch by Jalen Reagor.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. A first down throw for Mills. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down.
Mills.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Now Mills.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
That play might not seem like much yardage-wise, but when you're looking at maybe having to go 3 and out and punt the football again, it becomes an important conversion. Now the question, can they keep it going from here?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. He'll get this to about the 38.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. Looking to throw is Mills.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
Parkey with the extra point. And it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Funk. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll keep it on the ground. Funk. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Operating from the gun. Rich, open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Rich
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans will take over possession here up at the 44. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 44.
Throwing, Mills.
That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. From just shy of midfield, Mills. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Mills. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. And out now come the Vikings.
But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 21-0 our score after 1. On 2nd down, Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Throwing on 1st down. Rich, and he fires one that's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. A much-needed boost defensively there. I mean, that really one of the first things that's gone right for him in this first half.
No question about it, partner. We've seen this before. You've got an offense that doesn't have any points yet. Go out and make a play on D. Then you head back to the sideline saying, we got you the football back. Now let's see what you can do with it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Pierce gets this one running right.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Mills.
Open man is Myers. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they'd left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side, and he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. They go play action here on first down.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0 Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them. So I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
Parkey adds the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Yeah, they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Another carry for Pierce.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3.
That's complete to Pierce. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
On first down, Funk, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
From the 44, Mills over the middle. He gets it to Collins. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Pierce now up the middle.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. To throw, Mills. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mills to throw it. This one left side caught by Collins. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Here's Mills.
He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
First down, Mills.
Over the middle, complete. It's Pierce.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
From the 17,
Mills. They'll get this underneath to Funk.
and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Deron Payne able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Operating from the gun, Mills.
That's underneath to Pierce.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25.
So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Rich setting up the screen for Cook. They find some open field here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
Back to throw. Rich.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. To throw on 2nd down. Rich.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll look to throw again. Caught on the slant. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Back to throw again. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Parkey with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. On 1st and 10, Mills.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mills. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. This time they stay on the ground, and this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to 2 guys already on our team. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now Hill looking to throw on first. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And again, it's Hill.
Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hill.
Repeat of the last play going to Mechie here. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Throwing on 3rd down, Hill. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
DJ Waddle
in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and they will remain well behind. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
That'll be caught. It's Rager. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
The partner still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
On first down, Thomas. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Here's Thomas. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6. Second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
About a half yard from the end zone, third and goal.
Looking to throw. Thomas. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Akins there to make the grab.
And the Vikings have got it on cruise control. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Houston's offense taking over again. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they could just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rodgers. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. On second down, Funk. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Here we go on 4th down. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout? Make sure we have some different things.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rich.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Eli Apple.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
They'll run on 1st down. Funk. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Funk. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. To throw is Hill. Flush to his right.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there, because to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.